Hello Infernal friends. So in this new video I'm gonna show you, before we get the ban list hopefully, what's the current best Infernoble version of all in TCG. And I'm gonna do it by showing you a good replay where we go first, a good replay where we go second, and then the deck profile. Okay, so stay tuned. I hope that you like it. I think you're gonna like it a lot. Like, I'm leaking here some good I'm only doing it because I know in the ban list this way to go will no longer be possible, so I thought, like, why not? Because if you want like the most updated Infernoble information, whether it be combo lines, how to beat certain matchups, how to freestyle, deck list, etc. That's where I have my coaching to offer you. Okay, so yeah, post ban list, we will see how we reinvent the wheel and re-engineer the strategy. But for now, trust me, this is the most competitive way to go. So what do we see? We have in this hand a combination of one hand drop, like, it's okay, we are going first after all, and 4 engine pieces. Now, out of these 4, we have Heritage Ogier, which are a nice combination of Infernoble engine, but then we also have the worst card of the Sinful Spoil engine, the original, and the not the worst, but okay card of the new Finsmith engine, which is Tracked. And it's cool how in the past, like, if you didn't open the starters, usually the engine requirements were like bricks, but now they are like decent extenders, because pay close attention to what's about to happen. Okay, for context, this is game 3 against Snake Eye. Yeah, I think that's pretty good context. So you should expect hand drops, right? Well, let's see. The guys start with a Mulcharmy, which means I mean, it's good that we open original and not witch, because witch would have meant an extra draw. But we have Ogier, and of course we want to normal summon that guy. So it is what it is. If you prepare a good combo line, you shouldn't suffer too much, because you could do a lot of stuff from your hand. Like, you could summon a Sparrer from your hand multiple times. You could summon a Renault, a Turpin, a Gearfried, an Oliver. So you gotta be careful on how do you combo, so the Mulcharmy doesn't affect you as much. So in this moment, let's see. We go with Tractus. I mean, the idea is that if they have bestials, you don't want them to bestial your Lorry. You rather summon the Lorry on an empty board. And also under draw, this is by far the best search. Like, if you get roll here, it's way better than if you start with Heritage. Trust me, the Finsmith engine is that good. And then Heritage could recover from the graveyard or whatever you mill of Ogier, so yeah, 100% the correct play. Also, you can do a lot just with this card. Like, so you have more chances to beat hand drops. Okay. So now Larry, like I told you, they could decrowd this, but not bestial. Of course, they can bestial later, but you already go ahead and get more bodies this way. Now, yeah, we use this guy. You could get Ash, but if you get Ash, I think you don't care, because you still have a powerful 3-card combination. Ogier, Heritage, OSS. They let it go. Let's keep going. What's gonna happen next? Normal summon Ogier. Okay, why? So the idea is you need the Finsmith boy that you have right there on the board, plus something else, so you link climb into the Finsmith Link 2, that then allow you to get into your engine or put a Apollousa. So you had a lot of ways to do it. Like, you had the original, you have Heritage into an extender, and I chose Ogier normal summon. Why? Because he's gonna let us set up in the best way possible. Because he's not only one body, but depending on what you mill, it could be more. Oh, never mind, the guy Imperm. Now, this could be weird. Like, when I was playing this game, I was like, but in the previous game, he looked like he was a good player. Like, he knew how to use hand traps. Why is he Imperm this and not maybe the Link 2 or maybe an Angelica? And there is a reason. You're gonna see it in a bit. So he Imperm because he had to Imperm. Let's stay with that. Okay? It was not a bad decision, but we're gonna get there. Now we keep going. Now we make the Link 2, and he Phantasme here. So basically, the reason was he didn't want Imperm to be dead. Yeah, I mean, that's my guess. because Phantasmi now prevents Imperm and any, yeah. So now he can mulligan his hand, and then you would be like, hey, but still, why not Imperm this? And again, there is a reason. And the reason is gonna be that we try to keep going. The guy already had another hand drop, so he didn't care. Yeah, so he Veilers now. Okay, now what can we do? I mean, we still have gas to keep comboing. You know, the name of the game is Angelica. And you have the original that could be a Ricardero and get Angelica. You have the Heritage. I think we haven't revived in Graveyard yet. So yeah, there is quite a few options. But the best option by far is only one. So usually with the Fiendsmith engine you get so much power, like you can turn 3 bodies into 5 bodies, I mean in link value, that you have to be careful about, okay, can I make something like an SP or an Appaloosa or a Promethean and then combo? Or do I only have Angelica and nothing else? Oh, I mean, a better way to phrase it would be, okay, what do I have, Angelica or Angelica plus something else? Okay, in this context, as you can see, we have Angelica plus something else. Is that something else equal like 4 bodies? If the answer is yes, you should try to pilot your plays into making the Appaloosa before Angelica. I think that's clear. I hope no one got lost with that explanation. Now, the idea is that we have that. We can make the Appaloosa before Angelica with this hand, but how? Well, first we gotta get the most value of the Heritage. We get missing because there is no draw. We already searched. Yeah. Now, and what are we searching with Durandal? Arena, Turpin. Okay. Yeah. Don't rush that much. Okay. Patience. The idea is that we are gonna make a really old technique, and that's using Durandal as a pseudo hieratic seals. You're gonna see in a bit. So now we put the Durandal before we commit to something else. And basically the idea is, when you make Nibiru, when you make Appaloosa, you're trying to beat Nibiru. If they have the Nibiru, usually your plan B should be a way to get your Ricardero Angelica play. Alright? Yeah, keep with me please. So usually we use the original after getting Nibiru, but in this combo line we are going to use it before. But if something happens and we get Nibiru, Durandal will trigger the same way that Hieratic Seal, the Dragon Link 2, does. That's the whole point. Basically, we wanted Durandal here before we commit more bodies, because if we use Chainlink 1 Durandal and they Chainlink to Nibiru, we lose Durandal of complete value. We don't search, we don't revive, nothing. So we want to do it right now, because if he Nibirus right now, I mean, and we lose Durandal, it's fine. We still have the original, you know what I mean? So now, we revive this guy. As I told you, you need 4 bodies plus the Angelica. Now we have 3. Now we equip, so we can have a free cost for the original. Now we summon Ricardero, and this is where people sometimes get confused, because usually you want to summon Ricardero and immediately use the effect. But like I am showcasing you right now, you can avoid that. Don't use the effect now. You can now go into your Appaloosa, and then Durandal is gonna revive the Ricardero, and then you use the effect. Easy, right? And if you get Nibiru, the same outcome is gonna happen. Like it is either an Appaloosa or an Nibiru target. Okay? But Franco, don't you think you're being unrealistic? Like the guy already used 1, 2, 3, 4 hand drops. What's it? The odds that he has a Nibiru, you know? Well, you would be surprised. He had the Nibiru, but we beat it. Despite all those 4 hand drops plus the Nibiru that could have been the 5th. Yep. And we only opened 4 engine pieces, and 2 were like the bad cards of the engines, like the original and the tracks. But that was fine. As you can see how we pilot this hand, the guy had no chance. And now we can just combo and FTK the guy. Yeah. So we get the Museum. Now we trigger the Angelica. We get the Mogis. Now why Mogis? So basically, like there is no point in trying to set up a gear free if we already have the Appaloosa and we have a Mourner that can negate monster effects. So Yeah, in this moment I'd rather just go for more non-engine. Yeah, something else to search, you know. Yeah, we get back to Brendal, the Ogier, the Ricardero, but also there is one more reason to do this. Basically, we always need a level 4 to join Roland and make them Charles. Usually that's for level 4 is Turpin. But if we mill Turpin right now, we would have get no value at all. Like, we revive the Turpin, he gets banished. I mean, sorry, we didn't even have a way to revive the Turpin, so like we were forced to equip Turpin or like waste and equip because you know we have 2 museums here. Yeah, so you don't want to waste your revival of the first museum and then put the other museum, you know what I mean? Basically, you could have used Turpin, but then you like have an extra Turpin in graveyard doing nothing, which means no value. But instead of that, we are sacrificing the useless Turpin because if we could get a second body, awesome, Turpin and the extra body into SP. But in this combo sequence, I already saw it coming. We were only gonna end on an extra Turpin, so there was no point. I'd rather use Mogis because this way, Mogis draw is gonna be in the main phase. If we go into the mill Turpin, we get Mogis draw in the end phase or in the opponent's turn. But in the main phase, usually you get more value. If it's like an imperm or an engine piece that you can use to push. In this case, it was follow-up, so it didn't matter, but yeah, I think you know what I'm trying to say. Mogis there was better than Turpin. And it had to be one of those because we need a level 4 access, yeah. That's it. And now we even summon. I mean, you remember the Ogier, but we used the Ogier to trigger Angelic, so there was no world where we could have equip Ogier and museum summon Ogier. So yeah, once again, it was Mogis or Turpin. Now we use the new museum, we get the follow-up. Sorry, follow-up? Yeah, follow-up, because we have nothing else there. Yeah. But now we can get the link 1, and we use the new museum to get the second link 1 either way. Yeah. Now we get the Mogis and entries. So remember that I know usually you want to set up the Angel Ring in game 2 or 3, but we could have not milled the Roland because we needed the level 4 access, okay? Don't forget that. Yeah, so now we just end on this. I mean, if the guy has like a board breaker, like, good for him, but I think he was on the hand trap approach, you know? I'm pretty sure I saw that also in game 1 or 2. So it was fair to assume that, yeah, he didn't have like the Dark Ruler there. And now the guy scooped. Why? Because his hand was pretty bad. I mean, he could have used an Ibiru, win Apollos and Negate, and face with Charles, pop the Phantasme, so he has no resources besides the hand. But the hand was Track that we can negate, Tempo that we can negate, Top Deck Ash that does nothing, and we had a decent follow-up, so yeah, that's how we beat all those hand drops, and we like navigate through the draws of the Mulcharmy. Yeah, pretty good replay, I like it. We ended on like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 interruptions after all he did. Okay, so now we're going to the going second replay. Okay, so this replay is pretty cool because this is against Chimera, Fiendsmith Chimera. Game 1 we went second and we win. Game 2 we think that we opened a pretty good hand because against Chimera, Droll is good, Veil is good, nice engine like Fiendsmith, One Heritage, what else can you want? For me, this is an Exodia hand. But as you're about to see, the guy also had an Exodia hand. More Exodia than our Exodia. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. So he starts with this, so we go immediately with Droll, and he had the one of Coldbite. Okay, that's fine, we have Veiler. Where should you Veiler Fiendsmith engine? I think everybody knows it, into the link 2. So you just wait, and boom, Veiler. So now, if he has Chimera engine, he's the better player, I guess. But the guy had the Brick engine. Usually a Brick, but he had the extra body, so it was perfect for his scenario. So now he keeps going. Oh boy, he has the combo. And you know that the combo usually ends on you discarding one card. And after 2 hand traps, that's painful. Now we are only gonna have 3 cards against whatever end work he has. So check out this. He gets these Diabelles, which in case you don't know what it does, basically force you to set everything before activating, but not like anti-spell Fragant. You just set, and then you could activate. You could argue it's an anti-spell for quick play, yeah. But then when you set, this has an effect that they could pop one of your cards. So basically it's like a Raigeki break. But they have a really nice boss monster called Guardian Chimera, which they could summon at any time. And the guy says pop 1 or pop 2. So basically he can pop whatever we want to activate. So like if you have a board breaker, then you say it and then they pop it. So it's basically like turning pops into negates. That's the way I see it. It's really powerful. So now let's get the guy go. He starts using the effect. The guy has Trust. On top of everything, Trust for the barrier against our Infernoble strategy that we rely on Angelica and we need the Synchros, but that's bad. He said 1 unknown and discards 1. Oh sorry, not unknown, I think we know it's Chimera Fusion anyways. And let me remind you, out of those 3 cards, Finsmith was by far the best one. So he hit the best engine piece. That's painful. Like he was the monster that could like surpass this. But now, whatever we said, they can pop. But thankfully, these engines, the 2024 engines, are so broken. I mean, technically this is 2023, but either way, you know, Wanted, Original, they are so broken that even if the opponent deals with this, we can have a plan B. So we are gonna set, and then the guy, boom, like surprise us, because Guardian Chimera requires the opponent to fusion from the hand. So if he has no hand, he cannot summon Guardian Chimera. I mean, because he wants to pop, and he needs like to use 2 materials on the board, 1 in hand, so he can fulfill the Guardian Chimera requirements. Now he surprised us with this, that we didn't pay too much attention. I mean, we couldn't influence that, like, yeah, fine. If we knew or we didn't know, like, doesn't change the outcome. But now he has the requirements, so Chimera Fusion, pop 2. And now he gets infinite follow-up. Pop 2. And if we want to set Heritage, he can pop it with this. So we are basically ending on 0 cards. But why did I tell you this is broken? Because either in Graveyard, like even in the Graveyard, this is a draw 1. But now, check this out. Why am I telling you that this is by far the best version? Because with any other Infernoble version, we could have not achieved what we are about to achieve. Boom. Another Finsmith. So, just with this guy alone, these 2 cards are complete OTK through the barrier. Don't trust me? Let's check. Like usually Heritage is not doing too much on its own, but thanks to this guy carrying us, now we can actually utilize Heritage in the best way possible under the barrier called Synchros. Okay? So all we gotta do is first advance our engine. Now, if we were to set Tractus, the guy, like I told you, he would just pop it. But thankfully, we had 2 Finsmith, which is more than enough. All we gotta do is shuffle 1, revive 1. Now the guy is just activating effects just to get more follow-up for no reason. Like, I don't think it matters. Now we get the Link 1, we get a new one, and we get to pop this guy, to send it to Graveyard. So our normal spells are safe now. So we can go with Tractus to get more extension, to get even into the Link 2, and then get the Fusion, get the Finsmith. And as you see, we are doing a lot. Now let me show you why Heritage is just the best card that we could have used to beat the guy in this instance. Because it's gonna give us exactly what we needed. So, yeah, we get Museum, it's the best value that we can get. We can do Rendal. We get Ogier, like, we are just doing the best that the engine can do. We mill Gearfried. Why? Because thankfully we have so many bodies that we are gonna revive Gearfried with this protecting us from Annibiru or a random monster effect. Yeah, but that's not all, because we still have Ogier and Museum. To equip, we summon, and look at this. We have 5 big bodies ready to destroy the opponent's board. So who cares about the deep burial that he set? Like, yeah, we didn't even need to go for the synchros. And if he, like, prior to this Cold Fusion, then we had the synchro lines available, so we would just have like a double link one Charles here, so it wouldn't change the outcome really. Yeah, so this is amazing. Now all we really need to do is like go battle phase. Keep an eye on something. In this moment, this guy cannot be killed, and I think he has a recovery graveyard effect, something like that. I don't remember too much. Oh yeah, this he can like revive. So as long as we deal with this guy, we should be fine. So we go battle, Gearfried equip this guy. Yeah, that's super powerful because he's not being sent to the graveyard. We deal damage, we poke, we attack, and win. Yeah, that's pretty nice. OTK. And then if we didn't have enough to OTK, we could have Link Up the Lacrimosa to deal more damage and still win. Yeah, also the guy make the opponent has 600 less attack, which came in clutch, so deal more damage. Yeah, that was super cool. I think that's a good example of how these engines are like the best way to make Infernoble better, like Infernoble at its peak. Now I'm gonna show you the decklist that I was running before the ban list, because either the ban list is before or after this video. Everybody knows we are gonna get Beatrice banned, so this will no longer be usable as an engine that gets you Infernoble. Like, of course you can get a lot out of this engine, but not the same as right now. Okay, so now this is my current deck profile. As you can see, I happen to play 40 cards, 14 hand traps, and I have a consistent way to come. Why? Because this is just the best of the engines. Like the best Finsmith engine, 5 cards. The best One Net engine, 5 cards. And Infernoble, I put it into the minimum amount because I wanted to fit these powerful engines. Like I already told you the Double Museum theory in my previous video on the Vanquish Soul variant, so go check it out if you wanna know why. Just 2 equips. All you need if you can manage perfectly your Maugis shuffle back. No Oliver, which could come up because there is some lines with Engraver where you can cause this guy when he is unequipped to summon the Oliver, so he's more free, but for me it's not worth the slot. Like Turpin can replace that role in a decent way, because when you have a guy with an equip, you can cause the equip for Oliver, or you can just summon Turpin. And then these guys only one-off because they are searchable, and I only want them for the searchability. Like whatever happens to Witch or to my Engraver or to these guys, you know, special summons without normal summon. That's the name of the game. So then you can use your Rhodas to get to this guy and combo, and that's good. And yeah, these guys are pseudo engine. Like if something happens, you can just summon them as extenders. You can banish your Witch. You can banish even the Finsmith pieces, as long as then you summon Lacrima and Lacrima sends revive from the banished, so then you get them back. Super easy. Or maybe you already use the Veilers or whatnot. So for me they are kinda engine and powerful. You could also play the other names or more copies of this, that's totally up to you. And then just standard 12 hand traps. Of course you can always change these to the cards that you want, but for me this works super nice. And then yeah, I'm playing this type of extra deck, which is super tight. Like the only thing that you can change here is the access being anything else. Of course the Dempsey could be a Banshee, but then you have to play the popular brick, which I decided to cut to have exactly like less bricks in the main deck. At the end of the day this accomplishes the same, but a little bit worse in terms of the end board. But if I'm getting to this point, that means I'm already cooking, I'm already winning, I'm already comboing. And that's my theory. Also gets me better follow-up when we get in the opponent's turn to Angelica or Ogier, mill this guy, and this guy revive him and he get a search. Yeah. So either way, access code could be Hira, could be Anima, could be any flex pod that you want. You could even run an extra deck monster in the side deck. I'm not against that. And then this is just a template. Like Shifter is super annoying for me, so I'm putting this just to counter him. But of course, you could just rely on Baiguska or non-engine, and then this could be whatever you want. Yeah, the side deck is always up to you. Like, I'm not telling you to play this side deck. I'm not even telling you to play this main deck. I'm telling you why it's working for me. But of course, the choices of non-engine change up to you, your local meta, whatever you fear that you want to prepare for. Okay, so that was the explanation of why the Finsmith One-Hit engines are amazing in Infernoble. They synergize too well to be honest. This guy is a one-card combo, like getting you to Promethean, Beatrice, Revive, the Uppercutter. At the end, you can make 5 interruptions of this guy, plus insane follow-up. So, yeah, if you want to know how to achieve that or any other combo, please let me know, ask me, contact me for coaching, or like if you're interested into that kind of stuff. That would be it. Yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.